Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Pete and Jeremy's DnDTime. This is game 2 this evening. I'm running an adventure that I've entitled The Curse Below. But before we get into that, let's take a moment to introduce our 4 characters this evening. First and foremost, it's weird, I don't recognize you, but your paperwork says that you should be good. Tovar the Confident?
I am Torvar the Confident.
Torvar the Confident. Torvar, you really are reminding me of someone that I think I know from Bartholomew's company. I just can't quite put my finger on it. How long have you been here? I've never seen you around. You must have been in Pete's games all the time.
Well, of course, I am a fabled deer player. I have this big battle axe and I will hit things with it.
I mean, yeah, you definitely look like someone that would wield the battle axe. So, Torvar, for those who maybe can't see you as clearly as I can, what do you look like?
I am a large half-orc, of course, with big muscles.
I see. And now, is there a reason that you're wearing glasses? Is that
That you shouldn't be able to see those. God.
Oh, let me just turn my true sight off. All right, yeah, you look great. Yeah, big, muscly half-orc.
Of course.
Are you excited for your? It's not your first adventure, but you excited for your adventure?
I am very confident about it, like I always am. There is no nervousness or sweating or being nervous.
Yeah, it says here on your adventure resume that you are immune to the frightened condition.
Sure.
That's pretty impressive. Not a lot of characters are. Torvar, welcome. I hope you have a great adventure. And yeah, good luck.
I am
not that you need it.
Time will.
Yeah, excellent. Our next adventurer for this adventure, our next adventurer this evening is Othgarurt Charirgix, the bone napper. Othgarurt, welcome back.
Hello. I am happy to return to the field of battle once more.
Have you been napping anything good lately?
I have been working on my gift to Mr. Whitecloak. The next time I see him, I will bring him something very nice.
Yeah, so have you been like keeping in touch with Redstring, or?
Unfortunately, I am not very good at writing letters.
Yeah.
So it is difficult to talk to long-distance friends.
And, you know, the post, it seems like that Central City Express is getting robbed every other time it goes by, too. So your letter has like a 50-50 shot of even getting out there. Well, Othgarurt, what have you been up to in recent times, then?
Well, unfortunately, I have not been able to assist my friend Oldman in cleaning Mira's house any further. He says it has gotten too dangerous for me.
Oh.
So I must
worrying.
Find other ways to occupy my time. Here recently, I have been helping administer tests for land vehicle licenses.
I'd be really careful about that if I were you, Othgarurt.
It is alright. I have been one of the ones pulling the wagons.
You gotta be real careful about that. Green Sun, they're a slippery slope. You start helping them once, and the next thing you know, you're just a mindless cultist.
I will keep that in mind.
Well, Othgarurt, I'm glad that you're here to go on a nice little adventure. Maybe cleanse your mind of whatever Green Sun propaganda they've embedded into you. I hope this is a good refresher for you.
I do not know what you're talking about. The Green Sun is a great government structure that will always provide to the benefits of the civilians.
See, this is a problem. Anyway, Othgarurt, welcome back. It's great to have you, of course.
Thank you.
Our third hero this evening is none other than Anadoltia Bluebeads. Anadoltia, how are you?
I'm quite fine, thank you. And before I forget, here you go.
Oh, it's a little letter. Let me just tear that open. Look at it. Make sure it doesn't have any personal information. Okay, let me look at it. You have been cordially invited to witness the union of two hearts, Anadoltia Bluebeads and Sugar Pennyroyal Omramila pastry. Oh, you're getting married.
Why, of course.
Oh, Anadoltia, that's wonderful. And I look at the other side. It looks like the date. It's only in just a few months. Or not even. Oh, yeah, no, just about 2 months. Anadoltia, that's very exciting. 3rd week of midsummer is going to be very exciting. I knew things have been going steady for a while, but this is a big step. Are you ready for this?
I believe both me and Sugar are ready.
That's excellent to hear, Anadoltia. And your adventuring lifestyle, I know that was a problem early on, but you've kind of both gotten over it, you think?
I believe we both have. I mean, she's still kind of getting like used to like getting the calls from Bartholomew and everything, but sometimes she doesn't get there in time because of family things.
It's because of all of the little tabaxi, right?
Yes, the triplets, yes.
Yes. That must be a handful.
They are quite the handful.
So
Especially with one being a tomboy, one being a bookworm, and one just being a girly girl.
Well, Anadoltia, sometimes that's just how it is. I assume you're going to be taking some time off when you get close to that date, right?
Of course.
Well, you know what? I hope until then, let's get you some good adventures in. Let's get some good ones, Anadoltia. Welcome back, and of course, I wish you the absolute best. And I would love to attend.
All right,
Thank you for the invitation. It's very kind of
you. You're welcome.
And of course, last but certainly not least, we have not Reeve Blue Cloak, but Mavek Redstring. Mavek, how the hell are you?
Pretty fucking good.
Yeah, you look like you're doing pretty fucking good, man.
Yeah. Well, looks can be deceiving, but other than that,
it's
pretty good.
It's been a while.
Kinda.
So last time at least I think I saw you was was it back in the boss battle, right?
I think so. I won't lie, I got pretty drunk after that one.
Have you just been drunk since the boss battle?
On and off.
On and off. How much of the time, I'd say like in percent, do you remember between then and now?
12.
Well, 12%.
No, just 12.
12. All right. You know what? I understand. Well, Mavek, you are the guardian of metal. You are probably, I think you might be the highest level bard in Bartholomew's Adventuring Company.
And the only orc.
I thought there might have been another a while ago.
Well, I was the only one.
Right? You're the only orc. Mavek, how does that I assume being one of the highest, most powerful bards there are in the land of DnDTime, and being one of the most famous orcs in the land of DnDTime, that's got to be some big popularity, right? People know you.
Yeah.
How is life living with the fame?
Do you want the real answer or the answer you want to hear?
Mavek, give me straight.
It's kind of disappointing.
Oh shit! Really? What?
Yeah, because I just kind of want to, relax for once, and every day people are asking me to, bite off the heads of bats and, play some red hot guitar licks, stuff like that. But
yeah. There's a small community in the dump where I think it's called the Meadowlands, where actually that's like a rite of passage. It's like
instead of thrash metal, it's trash metal. Yeah, it's actually a really cool subgenre where they just hit brass cans
just a lot
for the drum beat, like Saint Anger.
Yeah, no, we don't talk about Saint Anger.
No, it's a cursed album.
No, an accursed god, of course, an evil deity.
So I got a little song for you, Jeremy. It's called Wonderwall.
Oh man, that was amazing.
Yeah, real good
incredible.
Song. Yeah,
I love that. We might have to ask you to play it again later. Well, Mavek, of course, welcome back. I hope you have a great adventure, even if it's a little bit of a funky one for you here.
As always.
as you know, it seems as that is always the case. Our adventure this evening. The four of you have been contacted by Bartholomew. Apparently, something is going on out to the east by the Crimson Coast. Bartholomew had been expecting a delivery of pearls from the Triton city that is underwater just off the coast. And none of them showed up. So a lot of his newer recruits, they want their pearls so they can cast Identify or whatnot. They're just not there. So Bartholomew's hiring a lot of you to go and figure out what's going on in the city of Tritanic and hopefully get to the bottom of it so that the pearls can start flowing.
Wait, they named their city Tritanic.
Yes, it's the city of Tritanic.
That's like naming my hometown of Orkville.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Or naming like New York Human City.
So, as the adventure comes to a start, you all have made your way to the east. You have gotten aboard a ship. Bartholomew seemed to have either magically conjured it or just got it ready for you. It's a small vessel, but it's big enough to kind of hold its own as you sail just out into the ocean. You were told that you'd be arriving at a little floating platform that should, be directly above the city. And as our adventure begins, you are on this ship. You've been traveling for a few hours. It's be a much longer journey before the sea level drop. But you can see up ahead of you this little floating wooden platform. I say little, it's like a 30 by 30 foot wooden platform that's floating in the ocean. It's got a big yellow buoys all on the sides of it and whatnot. It's floating there. There's currently no one on it, but there is a large metal chest, somehow affixed to the middle of it. So what do you guys want to do?
Oh God, not the water. Why does he always send me here? I mean, I am confident about this. That chest probably has diving gear.
How about we skip the diving gear? I'll just do this.
Wait. Oh. Well, that helps you, but not the rest of us.
Wow, that's an incredibly convenient ability that you have.
That's good. That's just wow. Okay.
I mean, the water breathing helps everyone.
It absolutely does. So, Anadoltia, what does it look like as knowing that there is an adventure ahead of you? You just go ahead and bestow the gift of watery breath onto all of your allies.
Well, take out the crystal, give it a little kiss and a lick, and pretty much cast a spell, which currently appears as like a giant little fairy that kind of flies around everyone, and they suddenly have something that resembles magical heal.
Yes, this little fairy zoom whizzes around you. Little contrails of, I imagine, sparkles and all
oh God, I hate sparkles.
Some of them get on you, and you can't help but taste it, and it tastes kind of sugary, just the sparkles that are left behind. But yeah,
I need to get some beer in my mouth.
As this all happens, you take a deep breath, and it just feels a little stranger. The humidity in the air is just not quite as heavy as maybe it was a moment ago.
Well, I've done worse white things, monocaine. It's like cocaine makes you invisible.
Yes, I was confident this adventure would go well.
So currently y'all are just on the boat. Bartholomew told you that someone should be meeting you on the little floating platform that you're pretty much at this point, but there's no one there currently. There's just that big metal chest. What y'all want to do? Oh, your boat magically docks on it.
Oh, okay. That's much more convenient.
Sorry, yeah.
I don't know how use a vehicle.
Yeah, no, the
I don't
boat's
drive my own
magically
tour bus.
powered. You guys, Bartholomew realized, all right, none of you know how to drive.
I guess it's time for some pirate metal, some running wild, hailstorm, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, Anadoltia pretty much just leaves Molly on the boat, says that she'll be back, and she just jumps into the water.
Whoa.
And Anadoltia, you're not going to cast water breathing on Molly?
I could, though. She is a molasses sticky puppy, so.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, she'd taste like
They
salted caramel
melt.
by the end of it. It's up to you.
I mean, I guess I could do that. Though.
Yeah, if you want. I'm saying it's all good.
Yeah, I guess I do that, and we both jump in the water.
Why
Okay.
you like this small candy child?
So, yeah, Mavek, you look and just like, what? As Anadoltia just leaps off the side of the ship and doesn't land on the platform, just splashes into the water.
The only candy I like is black licorice.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
But
And
that is good candy.
Exactly. See, living man gets it.
And it also, if you splash into the water, it's very strange. Yes, you can breathe in it, but it tastes like, I don't know if you've ever breathed in like smoke from like a fire. It tastes kind of like that. It's like, it's very, very discomforting. Just to feel. You can breathe it. And this is not how water breathing usually works. As you look around, that appears to just be like a red mist almost suspended in the water.
It's blood.
All around you. And it doesn't quite look like blood. It's a little more particulate than that.
Yeah, and
it's sharp blood.
And those will probably climb up onto the platform with Lady Molly.
Okay.
Well, have fun in there.
And then kind of cough up a bit. It says, "Okay, so something's weird going on down there."
Yeah, it was very, like, looking around, you could see it's just everywhere. What is normally a pretty clear view downwards is just red.
This breaks the laws of nature.
Like, could I use some sort of check to see what it might be?
Yeah, if you want, what would you want to do?
I don't know, like something like that. It doesn't seem like it's part of nature, but she don't really know too much about the sea, so she might give a nature.
Yeah, let's have you roll a nature check. And while you do that, Othgarurt and Torvar, you two, and actually also you, Mavek, the three of you, what have you guys been doing? As Anadoltia leaps into the water, just climbs out of the water.
I'm making
and
sure
all
she
that.
doesn't die.
Okay, you've just got your eyes on Anadoltia in case something happens.
Yeah, I don't. I may look cold, and I am cold, but I'm not like letting children die cold.
That's
I'm not
very
like
fair.
that's like blackmail. Blackmail is a bit too far. Blackmail is like the bad part.
Blackmail's like the closest thing to what you just barely not do blackmail.
Black metal is what essentially Christian sync metal is.
Oh,
Like Satan worship and shit.
anyway. So Othgarurt and Torvar?
We were told to wait for our employer, so I shall wait for their arrival.
This chest has been waiting for us.
Oh, you want to go over to the chest?
I suppose we shall open it.
Yeah, you go over, you flip it open, and you see inside of it, there is a huge metal-like sphere. It's got to be 2 feet in diameter, and coming off of it are a bunch of weird white hoses that are maybe 4 inches in diameter.
I have seen this before. They expected us to swim. Oh, God.
Yes, they all end on little helmets. Yes, you're familiar with this item. This is some sort of horrible magical diving suit that produces air and feeds it into the helmets, but kind of tethers you together.
Othgarurt, you are another big man. I am
We're all-
confident. I cannot
I'm pretty
swim.
sure we're all big men, except the clearly little doll girl.
And Adolcia's just coughing up seawater 2 feet away.
Imagine
Just
all
don't
of
die.
water and looking at why it's so red down there.
Yeah, so what did you get on your nature check? A 5? Oh, yeah, you don't know. It's like the water's gritty almost. You think you could breathe it, and it probably wouldn't hurt you unless it's like poisonous. But extended exposure to this is not good. You know, it's
Yeah.
like you get one whiff of wood smoke, you're not gonna die. But if you're sitting in a burning building, you're gonna suffocate.
It ain't
Yeah,
fun.
but I do relay like what I saw down there to everyone else.
Okay. Do you want to like go back in and like look around, or are you just gonna chill up here?
I'm probably going to go back down in there,
Okay.
probably have like Lady Molly by my side just in case. So.
Sure. So you hop back down to get like a little bit of a better look around now that you're not going to be as shocked by the sudden weirdness of it. And yeah, you see that there is a Triton, a fish man down there. Except they're not really down there. They're stuck under the platform, just kind of floating.
Is he dead?
Oh.
Yeah, he looks kind of dead.
Ah,
Like dead or just unconscious?
You're not sure, but he's totally submerged in water and not moving and floating on the surface. Or floating near pretty much at the surface. He would be at the surface if not for the platform.
Anadoltia will attempt to, Anadoltia and Lady Molly will attempt to drag him back onto the platform.
Okay. Yeah, the rest of you see Anadoltia drag out from under the platform a very clearly dead fish man. You all can see looking down.
well,
he looks super belly up.
I poke
I
him.
am confident he's dead.
Yeah, he's not like necrosis or anything. You know, it's not like he died from like a necrotic attack or even any like regular physical damage. It is just dead. Just not.
Is he old?
No.
Does he have
doesn't look
cancer?
super old. You don't have vision. You don't know what that is. There we go.
I blame the Skaven. That's the
I
cancer.
shall move towards this dead fishman
Okay.
and
Yeah,
poke
for-
at him with curiosity.
You poke him in some water, just kind of like out his mouth. The water is also very red.
I shall
Ah,
continue poking
So
him
it's internal
and see
bleeding then.
what I can figure
I-
out.
I do talk to Mavek and just go,
Well, the entire water under there is red, and he was just under the platform.
Yeah, that ain't good.
He might have been our employer for this. I'm not sure.
I think
Yeah.
Mark is behind this.
I think, Othgarurt, you're able to absolutely confirm it as you're looking around. Yeah, he's got like a little badge or something like that like is tour guide or what have you. And yeah, he's super dead. No
He is
name or
very
any
dead.
like ID or personal identification on there, but definitely a tour guide of some kind. And he definitely deceased.
And he is
because
super dead.
Consumed too much of this red stuff. Like, which actually, with your 19 investigation, you identify as algae. This is red.
Ah, algae.
Oh dear.
Plants you can't burn.
I am familiar with something like this from the swamp where I grew up.
Really?
This is bad algae.
Well, no shit. Okay, tell like more about it, like it's like chemical composition or something.
Yes. If you breathe in too much for too long, you will die.
Who
Wow.
shall pay us? If he's gone, how am I supposed to
That's-
get stronger?
Such amazing insight. I'm pretty sure that Bartholomew pays us. We can just lose pockets.
Othgarurt, do you want to know about how long it takes for it to become deadly?
I am not sure if I do know.
Yeah, you figure it'd be like a couple days. This
We're
isn't
good.
like a couple hours and you die. This is like prolonged exposure.
Ain't quite it ain't quite a cloud kill.
But yeah, as you like look at the body, he does not have any currency on him. I'm sorry, he doesn't have any Bartholomew bucks on it. He has a bunch
Alright.
of shells and a few sand dollars.
Fish are stupid. I get into the water then?
I
The
shall take
sand dollars
his
start
tour guide.
trying to move away.
Oh, they're living.
Yeah, they're alive. They start to try and like slowly move away. Sand dollars are very slow.
escape, run away.
I guess
Your current
back to
doesn't
the
like you.
water.
Perhaps we shall try and find where he came from.
He came from under the boat.
I'm
Maybe
pretty
we
sure
hit him on the way here.
I'm pretty sure he meant like Tritania.
I'm pretty sure we hit him on the way here. We may have just committed manslaughter. Not like the good kind of manslaughter. Like the bad kind of manslaughter. The kind you can't get away with.
Anadoltia shrugs, just jumps back in the water with Bloody Molly.
Oh, god damn it.
And just starts
After the
swimming
little
down
girl.
there.
So, Anadoltia, you start to lead the way down.
I shall take the dead fishman's tour guide badge and put it on my armor. I am the tour guide now.
You really ain't. I'm going to the water too. See it as she just jumps in. Cannonball.
All right. Othgarurt, Dormar, did you follow?
Yes,
Oh,
it is time to take the tour.
Oh God! No, I am confident. I shall. Oh, one, two, one, two.
A wave hits the thing and you fall into it. Sploosh. You land in the water, Dormar.
Oh, I can breathe. I can swim. I can swim now. That I was confident this would happen. That fairy was magic.
Are you hyperventilating over there? Do you need the medical assistance?
Actually, kind of. It's choking down here.
Well, no shit.
Yeah, it
But
is
you
not
ain't going to
pleasant.
die from it. I mean, you might die slowly. You might have like horrible disease you're on the line. That's beside the point.
It
I
is
grab
not
a drop my
pleasant
pick.
to breathe in the water, but as you begin to go down and down, you find that it's a fairly concentrated area that is this red. Anadoltia, you're able to kind of push yourself a little ways out of the main column, and so it becomes a lot clearer once you find that, all right, if we move 100 feet north, it's not quite as dense. But as you continue to swim downward and downward into the darkness, you see below you a red fog almost, encompassing only the tips of shipwrecks sticking out. 3 massive iron vessels poking out of the red mist below, and a faint neon glow from the light from the mist, denoting a city beneath the depth. Just ahead of you. Do you guys want to enter back into the red mist and check out the city, or what do you want to do?
Keep on swimming. I cast light cantrip to make it a little easier to see.
Good call.
I play the Song of Light.
There is
If not lighter.
All right. So, Mavek, you lead the way back further down and down and down, and you pass, as you're going by, you pass over the occasional like dead fish just kind of suspended in the water, and as you re-enter into the little cloud of red algae, you enter into the city of Tritanic. And after a few moments, you land upon what seems like a city street, submerged here at the bottom of the ocean. You see large signs on buildings on either side. The buildings appear to have been cobbled together out of coral and pieces of the wrecked ship. And yeah, you see a tea shop. You see what looks like a church of some kind, a big cathedral shaped like a conch shell spiraling into the sky.
Good thing it's in
all
water because it
sorts
can't
of-
burn.
Yeah, you see all sorts of buildings and structures, but you see no life.
Anadoltia, like before entering the mist, will cast resistance on herself.
True. Yeah, it seems to be bad, but not nearly as bad as at the surface. Once you get down this low, you can still see for maybe 30 feet, which is why you see the buildings and the signs, and some of the signs glow with neon light. Something you maybe didn't expect far underwater.
I mean, it's
This
underwater,
was
not
a
in
veritable
space.
metropolis.
And now they're all dead.
Well, you don't see any like because sea elves live down here.
I
Tritons
assume
live
they're
down
dead.
Here. You don't
They
see
Sea
have
any
of the
bodies.
probably escaped.
Sea of the stupider elves. I mean, it's like the forest is already stupid enough. Now you're gonna go in the ocean? You can't even breathe down there. What, you stupid?
I take it Reefy does not. I'm not Reefy. Mavek does not like elves.
I don't like anyone, including myself.
What do you want to do?
Anadoltia and Molly is probably going to be like walking around, like just looking for some sort of activities through what would be equivalent to windows.
Sure, you want to poke through some windows?
Yeah.
Okay. So you walk over to the tea shop first. And as you kind of look through and peek through the windows, you see that it looks like an abandoned structure. It looks like it was closed down some time ago and just kind of left. You move along to the next one. It appears to be a several-story apartment complex of some kind, a building where people would live. There were windows at different levels. The first few are, shades are closed or whatnot, or blinds are drawn. But as you get up to like the third floor and look through, you see that the window, there's like a window actually that has been installed there, and it is just sealed shut. It is just a big sheet of glass, it looks like, that has been put up in this, what would otherwise just be a hole in the side of the building. And it looks like there's been some sort of plaster or goo or something placed around the sides of it. Looking in, there appears to be no red mist inside of that room, but you don't see anyone either.
Yeah.
I would I'll probably tap on the window.
Okay. You get no response. What were you saying, Tor?
They're dead.
Tour guide. You are the tour guide. If your city was in ruin, where would you hide?
This is true. I am the tour guide.
Smiling.
Are we on a hill? Are we on an underwater hill?
Yeah, you're on something of an underwater hill. At least it feels like a hill because this is where the three ships all crashed into each other, and they were huge steamships.
Yeah. I think they have better navigation system on those things, but I guess not.
This is a very silent hill.
Guess you can say it's the Tritanic.
Your laughter echoes in the empty underwater streets.
I got a creepy song for this. It goes like do.
You see some sort of large shape swimming in the water ahead
Oh.
of you.
Oh
Seemingly
god.
drawn by Mavek's call out. All you can really see is a silhouette, some large fish-looking creature swimming around, maybe 30 feet up it, shrouded in the mist.
Do they like music?
What do you all do? I mean, you see the shadow.
I play the song of fish.
Okay, can you... Sorry, go ahead, Anadoltia.
Anadoltia, if she sees it, she'll probably dive into a nearby alley. There's one.
Sure.
Just,
Yeah,
keep
absolutely. You duck
I have
behind
no
an
fear of
underwater
the
trash
fish.
can. You hide behind it. Mavek, you play some stuff.
I play the song of fish. Performance check, it's what I do.
All right.
Just not
and
well.
Othgarurt and Torgar? It's Torgar, right? Torvar?
Torvar, the confident.
Yes.
Also, how do you do expertise in Roll20? I mean, I guess not.
For
he-
now,
he-
just tell me and we'll add it. But if you go to the little gear menu, there you can switch it to.
Okay, so he'll have a +6 instead of +4. Doesn't matter. Go ahead.
Oh man, you broke it. Okay, so sorry, Torvar.
Tour guide. What is that? Should I be ready? I have my great sword here. It's heavy.
So Othgarurt, what are you doing? Anything?
I was experiencing brief issues with the god of chaos.
All right.
God
so
damn those
Othgarurt's kind of
chaos
like
gods.
just frozen in place. Yeah. So as you're like, you start rocking out.
I'll play these fish a
Mavek.
beautiful song of my people.
You see this large shape get larger and larger, and you realize it wasn't a large shape that was close. It was a gargantuan shape that was far.
Oh,
And after maybe like 15 seconds, it descends into visible view. It is a probably 20-foot long or 30-foot long, just huge shark-like creature.
sharks.
A huge
Most metal
open mouth,
fish.
and it appears to just be swimming around, mouth open, just eating the algae. It is a
I'm going
massive
to-
shark.
Oh, just move out of the way.
Yeah, it's totally harmless.
Yeah,
But it seemed to have been interested by your music.
I play him some beautiful music.
Yeah, it swims around and listens for a while and then swims away.
Does it seem at
Assuming-
all negatively affected by this algae?
No, it seems to be eating it.
We
It is
must
hungry.
capture it and breed it.
No, what? I'm the
started to
bard
swim
here. I
away.
do the breeding. Wait, that came off wrong.
It's swimming away.
We shall follow
You
it.
scared it.
You
It
No,
is
no,
clearly
God.
safe.
Yeah, you wanna try and follow it, Torvar?
Oh my god.
I shall.
This is why people think orcs are stupid because of you. You're enforcing the stereotype, you little shit.
It made me
I
on
am
something.
far smarter than you. My mother will buy you. I apologize.
What? Why are you speaking Japanese over there? I don't even know.
Anyway, so Anadoltia, were you saying something, or was that Othgarurt? I couldn't quite hear.
I was saying, I think he may be onto something. If the shark is unaffected by the algae, then perhaps there are other creatures that are unaffected, or perhaps it may lead us to a place where the people of this land are hiding.
Maybe the shark ate them.
Cool.
I do not
so if
think
you
the
want to
people
try,
of this land are algae.
Oh my. Yeah, it could be an omnivore.
if
I
you
bet
would
it
like
eats
to try
both
and follow the
plants
shark,
and people.
we're gonna enter into something of a skill challenge. So first, the way this is gonna work is I'm going to put an issue or a conflict or a confrontation or something that would delay you from being able to follow the shark, and you need to decide as a group how you're going to overcome it. So as you begin to travel down the streets, following after this shark, the first thing that
That's stupid.
happens is a smaller shark that actually like eats people comes out of an alley nearby. It is pretty much right up ahead of you. It doesn't seem to have seen you, but it's directly in your path from following the shark. What would you like to do?
I'm going to hurt its feelings.
Oh, you just attack it?
Vicious mockery.
Okay, sure. Go ahead and make me an attack roll. It
Oh, no,
looks
this
like
mockery
something
is
of a reef
safe.
shark.
It's a safe
Oh,
though.
right. Saving. So you cast a spell upon the shark.
I got. Hey shark, here's the song. But fuck you.
Oh, that's
Fuck you.
A little rude. Let's tone the expletives down just a teeny bit.
Okay.
It's all good. Let's see. The reef shark gets a. Well, he actually has a wisdom. A total of
He
5.
fails. He is
The reef shark-
emotionally damaged by me.
And the reef shark is emotionally damaged. You have made it very sad. You hit it for 3 points of psychic damage, and it turns toward you all now aggressive. What's the rest of you want to do?
Anadoltia didn't want any part of that, but it's like she's forced to go in anyway. So she's probably just gonna get as high as she can on next to this apartment building and just like look down and get ready to do stuff.
Okay, so you just climb up to the top of an apartment building.
Yeah, using Lady Molly.
Sure. I mean, you can swim up. It's you're in water. So the shark. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Torvar?
I could swim up, but Lady Molly could actually dash up a building faster than I could swim.
That's actually good. Okay. Torvar, the shark is looking at you now that it's been attacked.
Tour guide, we shall take our large weapons and big muscles and carve a path through.
Yes, I could do well with some shark jaws to add to my collection.
Okay. The shark looks toward you and it doesn't snarl, but if it were a land creature, it would. What did you do?
It looks at you with those sharky eyes.
With his sharky eyes.
I shall swim forward with my giant sword.
Okay. You swim up to the shark.
And I lift it. And, oh, God, this is heavy. But my muscles are big. I am caught. And I swing.
Oh my god. You actually hit it with your greatsword.
Oh, God.
Oh god, Sheba. Alright, you hit it for also 3 damage. Your sword slashes into the shark and it's bleeding. Blood begins to fill the water around you.
That's not good. That attracts more sharks.
Don't worry. I am confident. And this large sword will get us through.
You're confident, but I ain't sure if I am.
Othgarurt?
Very good lead, friend. I shall follow you into combat. I shall also swim towards the shark,
Okay.
and I shall rend it like a food processing unit.
Drop it.
Oh right, you're an absolute monster. Aren't you?
Yes. I will
Forgot,
attack
you're
it.
level 6.
Well, not yet.
Oh, okay, still hit. Alright, go ahead.
I will attack it recklessly.
Okay. Yeah, you will hit with 17
Got him.
and 19. Alright, 10 damage on the first swing. And, oh man, okay, yeah, you kill him. You cut the shark in half. Digging in your bone halberd in the same exact place that Torvar had just made first contact. And yeah, you finish off the shark, cutting it in twain. There are now 2 hunks of shark floating in the path in front of you. You see out in the distance the shapes of more sharks drawn by the blood, but worse than that, you see the basking shark swimming off. It's getting away.
How far? Wait, how far
Chase after it.
No, how far is the basking shark from where Anadoltia is?
I think it. This is more of a nebulous thing because it's keeping up with it is the key. It's not really like how far it is. It's fairly slow moving. It's just if it gets lost in all of this this mist, it's just gone, right? How do you find it again?
I mean, I was hoping I could probably slow it down a bit using Ray
Is
of
it-
Frost.
Is it within 30
Sure.
feet?
Yeah, you could absolutely do that. Yeah, you can get within 30 feet of it.
Okay, 1 second. Before you do that, I'm going to make a little bit of a suggestion to the shark.
The shark cannot understand you.
Oh, okay, doesn't matter then.
Yeah,
I
you
went to
know,
spell slot.
I would say you
Woohoo.
don't even. No, I would say you don't even use it. You know, this thing has
Okay.
an intelligence of 1. It's a very dumb animal. And it is just that it's an animal. It's not a creature.
I can still hurt its feelings.
sentient. Yeah.
No, I'm doing that. I'm not doing that.
So, Anadoltia, you're going to cast a ray of frost upon it.
Yeah, just I know it still does damage, but I'm doing it to more for the
Yeah.
slowing it down.
So you hit it, and it like jolts. Not like used to being attacked. You think this thing's got a lot of hit points, just it's so huge. And it tries to like start swimming away more aggressively, like faster, but it's being slowed down by the ray of frost. And so that is a second success. You defeated the shark. You slowed it down a little bit. And so, as you continue, swimming along, you see something that kind of, I guess you could say it's a part of the skill challenge or not. But off to your side, you see a structure that appears to have a lot of light coming from it. It's, everything else has been fairly dim or dilapidated. This is a giant spiraling conch shell building, which reads the Church of Conch, and a
The
big
magic
sign,
conch.
emblazoned above it. But yeah, there is bright light coming out of the conch shell opening, and there doesn't seem to be any of this red, what do you call it, mist inside the opening. So
Again, and those
The
are
magic conch.
and those are probably head in that direction on Lady Molly's back.
So you guys so you want to break off chasing the shark?
I mean,
Into the magic conch.
I wasn't really breaking it. Like I was really chasing in the first place. I just assisted them, but I will head to that building.
Okay, are you guys gonna
Make
split
sure
up?
to look out for clouds. We don't want to be caught in the middle of a war.
Clouds or clown?
Clouds.
They're both very different threats, equally threatening.
There may be a war going on involving all three. We
Perhaps
must
an
look out for
infinity
all of
war.
them.
All right, God damn it! All right, you see in the distance the big basking shark is starting to swim away.
Into the conch shell.
Do you guys want to investigate the conch shell? Do you want
Conch
to follow the
shell.
basking shark?
I
or
like
you
the
wanna
conch
split up?
shell. So let's not split up. It's not a good idea. Works with Scooby-Doo, not in real life.
Orvar was right. The shark has led us to people.
Well, it's
Yeah.
a shell, not a person.
There are people inside, otherwise there would not
How
be
do you
light.
know? Well, it could be a flaming shell.
This is clearly the tour guide. He knows his way around.
Okay.
Next stop on the tour is the giant shell. I will bring along this shark head I have acquired.
Yeah. Oh, so yeah, you just took the top half of the shark.
It's like a really bad hand puppet.
There is no time to skin it. I must take the whole thing.
You don't. Sharks don't have skin; they have cartilage. You can't really skin a shark.
You just watch him. So
That-
yeah, you guys go ahead and move into the building, and as you do so, you see that it opens up into a very, very large spiraling room. And along the spiral, there are rows and rows of seats, and in the very center of this large conch shell shaped structure, you can see there is something of a podium, and a bunch of lights shine down from. It's kind of hard to see. It looks like they're reflecting off of pieces of shell up on the ceiling area toward the top of the spiral. So it's like very highly illuminated. This podium in the middle. There's no one on the podium in the middle, and there's really not a lot of people along the seats in the spiral, but there are some. You see Triton, you see sea elves, and most visibly, in the middle of this large structure along the floor, you see probably close to 100 different people. You see fish, like literally humanoid fish. You see what looks like sea elves, which are elves with like fins and gills and all the like. You see Triton, which are mermen, and yeah, there are just tons of people crammed into this place. More than that, the water is fresh, it is clear, you're breathing no problem, and there's none of that mist, and the crowd is muttering and murmuring. And yeah, as you kind of enter in, no one seems to notice you. They're not really paying a lot of attention to the door. They seem to be crowded around a very large-looking flounder on the far side, who's dressed very, very nicely in kind of very fine robe garments, and seems to be rationing out food supplies from like crate.
Yeah, when everyone gets in, Anadoltia will close the door just in case.
Sure. Yep, you close the door behind you. So Othgarurt, you're now just holding on to a shark head that is just trailing blood inside this building.
There
We
is
were
no
sent
way this action can have future consequence.
Torvar, you rush forward, and what do you say? It's the
We
crowd.
were sent by Bartholomew.
The crowd turns, mouth agape. And people are just like, oh, there's people. People have come. Who are these people? And they're just kind of all muttering, and a lot of people are looking at you kind of both in awe and shock, because you don't look like people who belong down at the bottom.
We really don't.
That flounder man in his very fine robes begins to like push through. Excuse me, everyone. Pushes kind of through the group, and as he gets to the side where you all are, yeah, you see he's wearing very elegant white and yellow golden robes that have all sorts of symbolism of conch shells and things like that upon them. And he looks at you and says, "Oh, wow, are you seeking refuge here?"
Nope. We're seeking to solve the problem, or the problem is in the first place. I can't get any context in this goddamn place.
My goodness, our prayers have been answered, my brothers. Just as I have told you, the conch has sent us those to save our horrible plight.
Wait, the conch? Isn't the magic conch?
The conch, the magic conch, has granted our prayers and sent you here to save us.
Oh my
To be fair, Bartholomew, the great wizard, sent us here.
And as you're trying to clarify that, unfortunately, you're drowned out by the muttering of the audience. The conch? What? It saved us! And there's a lot of like talk going on in the in
my
the crowd.
God. It's these people.
And the flounder looks at you. Oh, have you found whatever has caused this problem? It's weird because his mouth is on the top of his head, so he's very strange in the way he talks.
I thought you'd know. That's kind of why we came here in the first place.
Oh, yeah. Well, it has come from the east. The caves down to the east. This dark, terrible plague, this curse has fallen upon us.
The caves of the
This
east.
misty, cloud-like curse.
Clown
He
or
looks around
cloud?
Suspicious. He says cloud.
Okay, making sure. Two very different things. See, clouds you can slice in half. Clouds not so much. They just keep on going. Unlike clowns.
Anadoltia
Clowns
looks
bleed. Unlike
Anadoltia
clowns.
looks to Othgarurt and asks him to kind of explain the red mist to them if he can.
I mean, they know the red mist. They're fully aware of the red mist. That's why they're hiding in here. It kills people.
Carl, that kills people.
That kills people, Carl.
So what's your
Have
name,
you
Flounder
tried
Man?
breeding the basking sharks?
Pardon?
The basking sharks, they
Don't
love
talk.
this stuff.
Don't talk about breeding.
That's
Never-
kind of a
don't do that.
long-term solution.
So, what is this place?
Looks at you like, this is the mega church, or not the mega church, but this is one of the many churches of the magic conch down here beneath the wave.
So let me guess. The city was your home?
Yeah, I don't see how that's much of a. I figured you didn't know that.
I don't know how fish people work. I don't live in the ocean. I'm not with the in crowd. I
He
don't,
rolls his eyes.
get
It's very weird for a flower.
sarcasm.
Right.
Where is this cave and what happened before this cloud set upon you?
Well, I don't know too much. I just can tell you, we had a group of small critters come by, planktons, and they wanted to start building out into the west. They did not agree with our building codes, and they moseyed on out. But a few days later, this terrible plague of algae fell upon us.
So you're blaming the plankton?
I'm not saying I'm blaming the plankton. It's just a coincidence. You asked what else had happened. That's the only other thing that I can think of.
Did you anger any priests recently?
He is the priest.
I am a priest.
Any cloud priests?
Could you have also angered any underwater hags?
I sent Euchonkus an invitation to our annual banquet.
Did you ally with a flower bloom?
No, I don't know what you mean.
God.
I'm sorry, I have not spent a lot of time topside.
Anadoltia just sighs and looks at her group goes,
How about we just check out this cave and see what's going on and just
To the cave.
try to be careful?
Yes, next stop on the tour is the mysterious cave where bad things happen.
Yeah, well, best
Most
of
caves are
luck.
like that.
Please do succeed the conches. Well, they have sent you. Cannot fail if the conches sent you. Just be wary. It is a dangerous place, the cave.
Don't
Sorry.
worry, I am confident.
It is no man's land of sorts, all sorts of dangerous creatures. Good luck. We need you to.
One more thing.
Yeah?
Will you keep track of this shark head for me? I will be back
Oh,
to
wow,
get
you
it later.
killed a reef shark. That's
Yes.
really worrying. They're coming in the city. Normally they keep to just outside the caves.
They have.
Yeah, I played the song of
jaws.
Frick You when it got emotionally damaged, and he hit it with an axe.
The same
Yeah, it
caves
looks
where
like
we
it
are
got hit with an
going.
axe. Oh, yeah, they normally don't go all the way into the caves. The caves are a little too dangerous for these types.
To the caves, then.
To the caves.
Good luck.
Do not.
And
Angry.
If I
Go
die,
on.
I'm blaming all of you.
so before you guys wait, come back before
What?
you leave. May we have a blessing. My fishy friends, my fishy followers, great denizens of the down below, lovers of the sea and sky and air and conch. Can we have a prayer for our friends here, our heroes sent by the conch themselves, to bring us to freedom and destroy?
I
the
leave
red
mid-speech.
miggers? And
Just walks out.
You walk out.
Not Reevy!
I'm sorry.
This is
Mavek.
Reevy!
Mavek, I'm very sorry. I know it's Mavek.
They're
does
two
anyone else
completely
leave?
different voices.
Or do you all stay for his thing?
Anadoltia just stay long enough for him to do that, and then after they get done, she'll probably just leave, close the door, and then right before she closes the door away,
By the way, Bartholomew sent us.
Well, as he does his thing, the people get all riled up and they cheer and they praise, and you see a mural that is engraved up upon the shell's surface of the spiraling, twisting nature of the inside of the shell that appears to depict a whale flying over the ocean. And it glows with light as the people cheer and give an amen. And the three of you who remain in the room feel blessed. Which means you get a D4 to all of your attack rolls and saving throws until you fall unconscious. As you have been blessed by the conch.
all
I feel
right.
like Squidward right now.
Yeah, Rivi, you walk out and you're like, ugh. As you do so, just a dead squid floats by. It's like a squid.
I relate to you.
Okay. So you all exit the church, the muttering falling to the silence behind you, and you're once again just in the abandoned city.
To the caves.
Okay. Y'all just heading east?
Might as well.
We must catch up with Mavek.
And if you look on your right, you will see abandoned dead city full of bad algae. And if you look on your left, you will see more abandoned dead city full of bad algae.
I got a song for this. It's called the Song of Caves. Okay, here you go. Cave. There you go. That's the cave song.
So Mavik, as you're playing your thing and whatever, you guys continue to travel. It turns out you were actually already headed east. And as you kind of continue to head in that direction, it gets more and more just thick the algae around you, and it gets kind of hard to breathe, and it gets harder to see until you exit the city proper. In which case, you see that it is just an incredibly dense stream of algae, but it's almost like a funnel of algae. And as you swim kind of off to the side of it, it's like a very clear stream of algae here that's very condensed and almost like it's almost like funneling toward the city from a cave, which you can see kind of clearly once you get out of the algae. Also in this area, you see the big basking shark. It is swimming around and just kind of swimming through the big line of algae every so often, getting a big old mouthful of it.
I touch Bioshi and cast light.
Torvar, you begin to shine with light. Oh, I'm sorry. As you go to, oh wait, no, you actually use altars. So yeah, as you go to touch Torvar, he feels like an orc. He feels very orky, big muscles. And Torvar, your muscles begin to shine with light.
Yes, I glow with the confidence in my soul.
Cool. We're gonna do a sing a song about it. It's got musical. Here's a song called Confidence. Confidence. There you go.
I do have a question. Would the
Sure.
distance of the algae be considered something like darkness in this case?
Yeah, you think not quite actually darkness.
I guess
but
more
it would
fog.
definitely it would reduce vision to like 10 feet. Very, very limited vision.
Does the light help at all?
Huh?
Does light help at all? Does like the light help at all?
The light helps. The light allows you to see at all without dark vision in it. Otherwise, you're just
I mean, we all have dark vision, so
Well, I mean,
I do not.
Anadoltia has double sight, which is kind of different, but
yeah. Because this is more like a fog cloud effect. The devil's sight does not cut through it.
raise your hand if you're human. All right, no one has dark vision. We all have dark vision then. Wait, no, wait. Raise your hand if you're human or dragonborn.
Well,
Right, we all have dark vision
regardless,
then.
you have the light, so you're good.
Yeah.
I also do not have dark vision.
Yeah, it lizard
Oh.
don't have dark vision.
What?
Dollbounds do not have dark vision either.
What?
There you go.
I just have devil
You're
sight.
the
because
only
of
one
Warlock.
with dark vision besides maybe Bioshi.
I mean,
Well, I
don't-
have.
I mean,
This is
sorry,
like the
Torvar.
first time.
Torvar!
I feel like a dwarf.
I mean, to be fair, I have devil sight because I'm a warlock, not because of race.
So, what do you all want to do? You see the cave that this algae is spooling from. It's, a quarter mile off away from the city. It's actually really close.
Does the light help me see Corvide easier?
See what?
Does the light help me see Corvide easier?
Yeah.
Okay, Corvard, you go
Corvard.
further, and if the light goes out, something bad happened to you.
Torvar is brave and confident. We shall enter this cave.
All right, so Torvar, you're going to take the lead?
It's really scary, but we shall do it. Cause confident. Tour guide, come with me. Tour guide.
Yes, battle friend, we shall charge in together.
I'll be behind you, and behind you I mean 50 feet away, but
Next
still
time,
behind you
this
technically.
You can't see him
Certain
50 feet away. Once
Well, I can see the light.
Not 50
If the light
feet
goes
away.
out, that means they're dead.
Not 50 feet away.
I got. I'm like
Like
I'm-
30, you're good.
I'm 30 feet away, like behind them, watching their back, I guess.
Yeah,
Okay.
Anadoltia probably take up the rear.
Look, if they trapped you first.
So basically, what I'm hearing here is we have Mavek and Anadoltia kind of 30 feet behind Othgarurt and Torvar, who are kind of trailblazing as you head into the thick blooms of this algae in the cave. So as you're pushing through, you feel the awful choking sensation of just how thick the algal bloom is here in the cave. And you're pushing through, blindly, kind of haphazardly moving through this cave. After a few minutes of travel, it's hard to even tell if you're in a cave or where you are. You can't see any walls or anything through the algae. And and vision is super limited. Can I have each of you roll me a Constitution saving throw?
I should be good. Well, should be.
Yep. Your DC is going to be 12 for this.
Well, never mind.
Yeah, that is not what you wanted. All right.
I roll like shit in D10. I swear, I'm like the unluckiest person when it comes to rolls in D&D time.
You know, it can happen sometimes. So you take, well, this is your lucky roll. You take 1 point of poison damage.
Wow, I'm so concerned for my safety.
Uh-huh. And now I need you to all, sorry?
I was gonna say, if it looks like anyone starts suffering, I'm probably gonna be casting resistance on them.
Oh, all right. So yeah, you see that Mavek is coughing a little bit, having a bit of a hard time. So you cast resistance. I need you all to roll again, but Mavek, this time you got an extra D4 to add to it. For
before that,
resistance.
you know what? I'm going to return the favor. I'm going to use, where is it? My bardic inspiration. God, wait, no, stop. Say it. No, 420Y. I'm going to use my bardic inspiration on Anadoltia.
Just Anadoltia? You have plenty of rounds while you're traveling through here if you'd like to use it on more than one person.
I mean, the thing is, I only have 2 of them, so.
Oh, of course, yeah, no problem.
He's not a good bard. From the well-built bard. So, here's a song of inspiration for you. Wait, hold on. I'm not. And that sounds good music. That's why I only have a 16 charisma.
Mavek plays for you something that gets you going, Anadoltia.
Something that did not pick up. Yeah, I'll play a good song.
It's a good song. You feel inspired. I need everyone to give me another one.
No, that's D4 for
All right.
the resistance, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just go 1 real quick.
Yeah, don't roll a 1. Oh wow, you guys all do great. So you only take half of whatever this is. So all of you take 1 more point as you're like kind of having a hard time. Wow, you got through that no problem. As you're pushing through the algal bloom, you kind of eventually come out into something of a cavern. It's maybe 50 feet across, similar height. There are lots of tiny little cracks and caves and nooks and crannies all about. And you see up ahead of you a very strange thing. You see a gray cloud, it almost looks like, floating and glowing in the middle of the cave. About 50 feet away from you. And from that cloud, right next to it, you see the red algae just appearing out of nothing and following the flow out of the cave. And as you push out and you see this, you hear a voice seemingly coming from. I think. What are all your passive perceptions?
Mine
is 12.
Do any of you beat a 17?
No.
No.
Okay.
No.
See, none of you can tell where the voice is coming from, but the voice says, "Hey, who are you? What are you doing here?"
I'm going to actively search for it with my perception skill.
I
Get
am
out now!
Jorvar the Confident.
I'm looking around for it. Where is it? Where is that little voice coming from?
You're using your action to do that. What's everyone else doing? So Bioshi, Torvar, you started talking. Do you want to try and intimidate this, or do you have more to say?
I was presenting myself as it requested.
Okay. Anadoltia or Othgarurt? Sorry.
Anadoltia isn't doing anything currently. She's probably just gonna bring out her butterfly net just in case.
Okay.
I am the tour guide. Stop making bad algae, or I will kill you.
You hear again from this voice, seemingly from nowhere. Mavek, you can tell it's coming from the gray cloud, and it says, "Yeah, no, we're not gonna stop making algae. We're gonna kill all of them. Then the city's gonna be all ours."
Is it coming from inside the gray cloud?
It just seems, coming from inside the gray cloud.
How big is the gray cloud?
The gray cloud is about 10 feet in diameter.
I cast Shatter on the gray cloud.
Just a sec. Because the gray cloud also says, all right, well, you know what? I guess in that case, Mr. Lizard Man, you're gonna die. And I need all of you to roll for initiative.
Of course.
And then you can cast Shatter on your turn.
Yeah, I can't do anything cool. Let's go. There we go. I'm going first anyway, probably. Unless they roll really good in the algae.
I mean, the gray cloud after all. Well,
Yeah, I'm saying unless they roll really well, I'm probably going first.
yeah,
No, I'm gonna get like a
wait,
critical
you got
hit.
21. I don't know. The gray cloud can't go first. It cannot beat you. But it says, yeah, you know what? We got friends who also don't like these stupid fishes. And
That's racist.
That they're stupid.
Sure.
And they're also hunter shark, the moray eel, and the giant crayfish.
What?
All right. So we got Reevy. I'm sorry, not Reevy. Mavek. God damn it.
I am not a small kobold.
Yep, not. God damn, I'm real bad, guys. I apologize. And then Anadoltia. Oh, I didn't roll for the gray cloud. The gray cloud got a -1.
I already did Shatter. Just use that. That's my turn. I shattered the gray cloud.
Yep, just a sec. So Torvar, and last we have Othgarurt. Sorry, Othgarurt. You're always last. I'm sorry, man.
Just become a revised ranger.
So you get to go first, Mavek, and your first thing you cast Shatter, you and it hit the gray cloud.
Yep.
The gray cloud goes, ah! And you hear just this loud screaming. All of you can now tell that the yelling is coming from the gray cloud. You gotta roll a con save for the gray cloud. It
fails.
How much damage to take?
22.
Okay.
Thunder
22.
damage.
Now let me roll a concentration check for the gray cloud. Holy crap. The gray cloud succeeds on its concentration. Algae continues to flow. However, the gray cloud seems heavily diminished. Like, you just see it kind of disperse heavily, and it's a much smaller cloud now.
Yep.
Like
Which
you killed most of the plankton.
Yeah, I thought that.
All right. Do you want to move it all, Mavek? Right now, you're just
How far
right-
away am I from the algae? Or the...
You're about probably 40 feet.
I'm fine with that. It sounds good to me. I'm gonna check see what my bonus actions I can do real quick.
From the algae?
Yeah,
or
from the algae.
From the algae, you're right outside of the bloom.
So like, what do you mean by that? Like the bloom?
So basically, there's the plankton on the far side, and there's just like a line of algae shooting out from them toward the way out of the cave.
So like, I am how many feet away?
Like 10 feet.
I'll go back like another
so
40 feet.
enter
I'll be like
deeper
40
into the
feet.
cave to be away from it.
And before I do that, anyone close to me?
Yeah, everyone is, or everyone was.
I'm going to give Mr. Lizard Man my inspiration.
All right, what do you say?
I'm out of it now. That's all I could do. You go move down, move back, and that's my turn.
Excellent. So Mavek, you blast the plankton. I'm gonna put them on here because actually that's important. They're very injured, and you inspire Othgarurt. All right, the moray eels are going to go. You see 2 moray eels come out of kind of holes in the wall, basically, and begin to swim out toward you. They're very large. They're probably a solid like 2 feet in diameter. So they're very large creatures as they're swimming toward you. One is going right for you, Mavek.
Of course it is.
One of the other ones is heading straight for probably the rest of the group, but it's a little slow. It doesn't quite get to you. Mavek, here's the attack against you. What's your armor class?
17.
All right, it goes to bite you. It gets a 16
Misses.
and misses, barely. The eel goes to chomp down, but you're able to push it back. Its mouth caught in the neck of your guitar, and you throw it off. The crayfish are going to go. You see directly ahead of you, Anadoltia and company, the main party, just unburrowing from the sand, a large crustacean. It appears to be a crayfish, and it begins to scuttle forward, pinching angrily toward you. And it's going to go after Anadoltia, and actually it'll probably go for Torvar and Othgarurt because you two are in the front. So Torvar, you first. What's your armor class?
13.
All right, it gets a 12. And Othgarurt?
15.
All right, it goes.
Othgarurt, remember.
It gets a 12.
If you remember Othgarurt, I am a Valibard. You can use my inspiration to add to your AC.
I can?
Would-
Yep,
Yeah, I guess
Valibard.
so. Would you like to do that?
Yes.
All right, go ahead. And what's your inspiration, Mavek?
It's I think it's still a D6. 'Cause I'm level 4 only.
All right.
It's a D8 level 5, so it's only a D6.
Okay. So go ahead and roll your d6. Yeah.
Nice.
You feel the inspiration of Mavek. The song still kind of. It's almost like one of the old lizard folk kind of hunting like rhythms, right? You
The
feel it
power of
pounding
metal
in you.
shields you from damage.
Yeah, and you throw off this claw as it reaches out toward you. That's the end of the crayfish turn. Anadoltia, what would you like to do?
And that's why I love Valibard.
Anadoltia will cast Armor of Agnes at level 3.
Oh shit, that's a good move. All
That's
right,
a really good move.
Icy spikes. Or they're peppermint spikes, right?
Yeah, they're more spearmint.
Yes, exactly. Spearmint spikes of icy cold form all over Anadoltia's body, protecting them from danger. Is there anything else you'd like to do in Anadoltia? Do you want to stick with the rest of your party with Torvar and Othgarurt, or do you want to move over toward where Reef is, or do you want to move into the algae bloom for
Mavek!
some god-awful reason?
Actually,
My apologies, Mavek.
you said that.
I'm not a little lizard. I am
Alright.
very much a tall person.
Okay, so you said that it was a gray cloud. Did it look solid? Did it?
No, it's definitely a cloud of small plankton.
And how far is it?
It's 40 feet from where you are now.
All right, then. Anadoltia, well, since she's still right on the back of Molly, she'll get right in there.
Okay, so the problem with that is there's a giant crayfish in between the two of you, but because we're in 3 dimensions in this cave, you can just kind of swim to the top of the cave and whoop, run a claw across from the ceiling.
Yeah, exactly.
So you whoop are on the ceiling now, and yes, your sticky puppy hightails it right on over. You're right next to the planktons.
All right.
All right, and that's the end of your turn.
Yep.
Torvar, what would you like to do? There's a giant
Torvar.
crayfish.
Shall take his very heavy sword
Please,
and
no.
swing.
For the love of all that is holy. All right, you get a 4. You have missed your attack upon the giant crayfish, Torvar.
This sword is very heavy, but my muscles.
All right, the end of Torvar. Othgarurt, what would you like to do? Torvar seems to be having a really hard time holding his weapon.
Mavek's music is very good, but it reminds me of something. It reminds me metal music. Die-cast metal. I shall enter a frenzied rage.
God damn it! Excellent. All right, you have entered into a frenzied rage. This giant crayfish pincers threateningly in front of you.
Oh, hell yeah. You better mosh the fuck out of them. I mean, mosh the heck out of them. I gotta be PG for the flump.
Othgarurt, get revenge on ugly crab for killing. Othgarurt smash.
Well, I guess not PG, but PG-13. You know what? This is
All
the
right,
point.
you swing your bone halberd and oh my goodness! Now, Othgarurt, did you say you were attacking recklessly?
I did not say as such, unfortunately.
Was your intent to attack recklessly in honesty?
No.
Okay, I appreciate that. I respect that. You're still gonna hit with the first attack, though. All right. Othgarurt, you swing and crash down into the crayfish ahead of you for 9 points of damage. All right, your bone halberd cracks down, and the crayfish seems injured. Do you want to? Oh, you went into a rage this turn, so you can't make your extra attack, right? Would you like to move it all over it?
No. This crab is mine to destroy.
All
I
right.
shall stay and face it head on.
Beautiful. All right, we move to the next in the initiative order, which is the plankton. The plankton is going to, seeing Anadoltia moving toward it, it is going to move into the algae and disappear. Anadoltia, do you have a melee weapon in your hands?
Yes, I do. My butterfly net.
Please go ahead and make an attack. You may make an attack of opportunity if you would
All right,
like.
1 second. Oh, wait, would a bless and bardic inspiration affect that?
The bless certainly would. The bardic inspiration's up to you after you roll.
No, all right, yeah, okay.
That's the wonderful thing about bardic inspiration. You can always choose when to use it. All right, so it's a 12.
All right, I'm gonna add the bardic inspiration as well, just in case.
Sure. All right, go ahead and roll the d6. All right, so that is a total of 13.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, you will hit the swarm of not crayfish, the swarm of plankton. What's interesting about swarms is they are not immune to having their form change. Would you like to force a wisdom saving throw upon this swarm of plankton?
Make it
Yes,
more
I
butterflies.
would.
Very well. All right, they get a 5. This
Nice.
swarm of many different creatures becomes a singular butterfly caught in your net.
And I put that, then I just make sure with my free hand, just put my hand around in it so it does not let the butterfly get out.
Well, the butterfly's starting to drown.
Oh,
That's
not good.
No, wait, that's good because it's not damage.
Drowning is not damage.
Actually, drowning would reduce it to 0 hit points.
It
Yeah, it would, but it doesn't like
it
drowning. You have to wait like a few minutes. Combat will end before then.
Would you like to do anything with the butterfly before it, unfortunately, will become plankton again?
Wait, how? Wait, this is
Because
like,
the way the spell, because this is the polymorph spell, correct?
yeah, pretty much, yeah.
The way it works is the target assumes the hit points of its new form. When it reverts to its normal form, the creature returns the number of hit points it had before it transformed. If it reverts, the result drops to 0 hit points, any excess damage carries over, as long as it doesn't reduce it to 0 and it isn't knocked unconscious. As long as the excess damage doesn't reduce the creature's number. So basically, transform lasts the duration or until the target drops to 0 hit points or dies. So it would just be reduced to 0 hit points.
If I'm not, tell me if I'm wrong. But isn't like breathing? It's equal to your con modifier, but it cannot be less than 0.
Yes.
So like a minute.
It does have. I'd say it probably has like a round of breathing, because it doesn't have any air to begin with.
Oh, I guess that's correct.
So if you want, Anadoltia, I'm going to give you a round to do something to this butterfly if you'd like, but it's going to transform back into plankton. You think?
Put it into the eel's mouth.
Put it into a jar.
Actually, that is a good idea. Well, all right, well, what creatures are out currently?
Right now, it's actually Mavek's turn. Because that was your opportunity attack. So, Mavek, it's your turn.
I'm going to axe the eel.
Okay.
I raise my axe of power metal and power metal the hell out of it.
You hit that heel. Go ahead and give your damage.
All right, here we go. It's a D12. Give me a 12, baby. Or 8. It's good enough. That's pretty good damage.
Okay. 8? Yeah, 8 is good. You swing your axe of power metal into the moray eel. It is wounded. Not like grievously so, but it's wounded. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I'd like to gloat at it.
Absolutely.
Hey, you dumb eel, I hate you. Also, is anyone hurt?
The
Just
eel has
quick-
an
quick
intelligence
question.
of 1. Yeah, who
Has
is
anyone been
injured?
injured?
Everyone has 1 damage except Mavek, who has 2.
Yeah, you guys are in
Okay.
good shape so far.
I'll save my healing word till it's more useful.
All right, the eels are gonna go. One of the eels is gonna go for you, Mavek. It's when you're fighting.
Naturally, I'm the coolest person there.
Gets
It
a
misses.
14. All right, excellent. That's very lucky.
I just whack its nose.
The other eel redirects and goes for Anadoltia that's attacking its plankton master. And it is going to attack you, Anadoltia. What is your armor class?
14.
All right, it rolls a 20
Ooh.
and hits you for 7 piercing damage. Now, I don't think you have to roll concentration for this butterfly net, which is crazy.
No, don't.
Because it's the net's doing it, not her.
No, you would need to because you cast polymorph on the target. Yeah.
The thing is,
Oh, it doesn't hurt you. Your armor of Agathis.
Yeah, it doesn't even hurt her.
Anadoltia, you're
Yeah.
absolutely right.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt me, but it does take 15 cold damage.
Nice.
All right, so it takes 15 cold. Your armor of Agathis is reduced by 7. And
Which
you know
is
what?
out of 8.
I'm gonna roll that the poison part of this fight does not affect you because of the armor of Agathis. And maybe that's a bad ruling, but I'm gonna go with that because that just makes sense to me. All right. We move to the next in the initiative, which is the crayfish. The crayfish is going to, seeing that you just harmed it grievously, it's going to turn toward you, Othgarurt, and you can see this crayfish is starting to get pissed, and the crayfish is going to attack you recklessly. What's your armor class?
15.
All right, it gets a 22.
Oh, I can't save you that time, buddy.
You take 3 bludgeoning damage, minimum damage, and it'll swing with its second claw at you, Torvar. It gets a
Careful there.
critical hit
Oh,
upon you.
buddy.
And you take 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
Now I can use healing word.
All right. What was the concentration save for, Torvar?
What are you talking about?
Oh, of course, right. No concentration save. Yep, so the crayfish is done. That's the end of its move. We go to Anadoltia.
I have.
You know this
questions.
butterfly is going to not be a butterfly any second now.
Wait, it's my turn already?
Yep, it's back to you.
Alright, so, Alright, the eel just tried to bite me, right?
Yes.
How wide would you say its mouth is?
Probably about the same size as its body, 2 feet, but it can open up to like a 4-foot diameter. Because it's a moray eel and it can just.
Okay, so even though I'll be somewhat losing my magic item for the time, that's not really a big deal. I'm shoving the birdfly net with the birdfly still in it into the eel's mouth.
All right, you'd need to wait until it attacks you to do that. But I'd let you hold your action to do that if you want. You
Ready
will
your
need to roll a
action.
check to do it. Unless you let the eel also hit you. If you do that, then you'll just succeed.
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right, so you're just gonna let the eel bite you again and jam the butterfly net into its mouth.
Yeah.
Very
Flip,
nice.
bite your arm. Just take the damage. I believe in you,
All right, I dig it.
strange little girl.
I respect this ridiculous move of yours.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that thing could swallow me whole, so, but I'm still gonna try.
Torvar, it's your move. What would you like to do?
You shall release Torvar.
You attempt to attack. You hit the giant crayfish with your greatsword. Now, normally you would be at disadvantage because you're underwater, but the giant crayfish did attack recklessly. So you're gonna hit it for 8 points. Wow, you hit it for 8 damage. Nice. Yeah, a solid hit against the giant crayfish. With
Torvar is confident.
Torvar's confident. Oh, this is great. All right, Othgarurt, what would you like to do? Torvar just got a real good hit.
I want to clarify very quickly.
Uh-huh.
Because I am raging, the damage I took is halved, yes?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
At least it's bludgeoning damages for certain.
Then I shall smash it to pieces.
Oh yeah, all right, give it to me. Give me those great halberd swings. Is it great halberd? All right. Oh boy, you'll hit with all 3 of those. You scream out with your rage and swing your halberd aggressively toward it. Now, because you have a swim speed, you just have advantage. You don't suffer the disadvantage penalties that other creatures might for fighting.
Does it breathe water gives us swim speed, or that just?
No. Lizard folk have a swim speed.
Oh.
It's
Breathe water
really
gives us
interesting little
swim
note.
speed as well.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Does it really?
Yes.
Does it?
What?
I do not think it does.
Yes.
No way. Absolutely not. I'd have to.
I need to view all
look that
chat.
up.
I need to go
Oh,
back to the
what?
chat entries.
I might be
Back to
wrong.
the chat line.
I
so
know.
anyway-
I know. Gifted the depths gives me at least
Yes.
a swim speed.
Yes, you do, but water breathing, I don't think does.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you just can breathe underwater. That's all. All right, but anyway, that's a ton of damage. How much total did you just steal, Othgarurt? As you swing your bone halberd enraged at this crayfish. I count 8, 10,
36, I think.
12, 20, 32. Yep, 36. 36 indeed. Okay. In which manner do you destroy this crayfish? It seems it had been softened up just barely enough by that great sword swing from Torvar to be obliterated by your halberd.
I repeatedly slam my halberd into the center of the crab over and over until it splits in half, and then I toss aside both halves.
Excellent. Yeah, you tear it. It cracks like a lobster, and half of it just kind of begins to float off into the cavern. The other half gets caught up in the wave of algae and washed away. And that crayfish is no more. Man.
Othgarurt, stronger than crab.
Yeah, apparently. The plankton are gonna go. They don't do anything because they're a butterfly right now. Mavek, your move.
I'm going to use. Hold on 1 second. Let's see. Can I overcast this, or may I move the right term? I know I
What's
can't.
that?
Okay. No, I'm just wondering. I figured it out. I can't. Just 1 level.
Sure.
But I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers on the.
Well,
on
Dissonant
the,
Whispers does have higher level casting if you want.
Yeah. Okay. I'll cast level 2 then. I can't. Well, it's not showing up for me on my.
Yeah, it can be funky sometimes with roll 20.
Yeah, second level
but I
casting
know
though.
it does extra damage. I think it does an extra 2d6. It's actually pretty good.
Okay.
who do
I'll
you
cast
use it
the
on?
Whispers on the eel in front of me.
Oh, of course. What am I kidding? Of course you want to kill the eel.
It's an extra 1d8.
Oh, right. It's 1d8. Sorry. Okay. You'll absolutely hit it with a 19. Go ahead and give me that damage.
Okay, 1 second. I'm taking my spell slots expended. So that would be that plus. Oh, it's actually it's asking now. Cast level 2.
There we
Ah.
go. You know what? We'll still take it.
Well, it has to go away from me now.
Huh?
It has to go away from me now. Oh, it's turn, I
Yeah.
think.
Oh, right, because it fails its saving throw.
Yep.
So it has to flee from you.
Oh,
Is
it's
it
turn
as a
though.
reaction?
Let me check. I think it's not
Pretty
its turn.
sure it's actually as reaction because
Does it?
this means you get an opportunity attack against it.
The creature failed save must immediately move. Okay, yeah,
Yep.
immediately.
So the eel begins to pull itself back down. into the hole that
Opportunity
it came out of.
attack.
Yeah, go ahead. Take a swing with your axe.
Ah, that's not
Oh
good.
no!
Oh,
the axe,
yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah,
Nah,
I,
crit
d- I
fail's a crit
doubt.
fail.
Yeah, I doubt even Bless can help that.
Nah, can't do anything. To crit
I'll
fail.
make it not a crit fail, but
Yeah, yeah, it is what it is. The eel buckles back down, hiding in its little cave, and now it's their turn. The eel comes back out of the cave. Looks
is
at
it-
you, Mavek.
you
looks
nearly
at
got
you,
him there.
almost, and it is an eel and tries to bite you. It's an 8.
Misses.
These eels, come on, man. I
You're
gotta roll
one
with a
shitty
6.
eel, aren't you?
The other eel is going to go right at you, Anadoltia. You're gonna let it hit you, right?
I'm gonna let it hit me. I'm gonna shove that butterfly net down its throat.
So it has to. This roll is only to see if it crits. It's gonna hit you anyway. It doesn't crit. So you're gonna take 7 piercing damage. You jam the butterfly net down its throat. That doesn't break your armor of Agathis, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Oh man, and it's still
like
up.
15.
Oh, that's so crazy! Another 15 damage to the eel. It's looking real rough at that point. After that, another 15 damage.
And I still have 1 point of armor of Agathis left.
Nice.
And the eel like goes and is kind of like choking on this butterfly net you rammed down its throat. So it's a little confused. So that's the end of its turn. The crayfish is destroyed. Anadoltia, what would you like to do? I thought this was going to be a much more... Oh, right. Crap, that thing never went. I never put it on my order. That's why this game wasn't harder. All right. The hunter shark appears. It comes out of... The hunter shark swims out of the algae. It's going to just go now.
Bit late, aren't you?
Yeah, a little late to the party. The plankton were really banking on this hunter shark to help them. And which of you is injured? Because the hunter shark can smell your fear.
We're all injured except Anadoltia, I believe.
Actually, I have 1 point of damage on my actual hit point. That's
So
what
we're
I
all
have.
injured.
So, okay. So in that case, we're looking at the two that are closest to it are just going to be Othgarurt and actually, no, it's just going to go after you, Anadoltia. What am I talking about? You're the ones that were attacking its master. It swims at you and tries to bite you. It gets a 14.
That's equal to my AC.
Alrighty. Then in that case, it will hit you for 8 points of damage.
It
It's
will
going to take 15 cold damage.
Yep. It's
45 damage.
Yeah. It takes it 15. I lose like the armor
7.
bags this and 7. Yeah. I'm down to 37.
Alrighty, and now there is a large shark that is now at you. Gosh, I can't believe I forgot to have the shark. I just missed him in my order. Now it's your turn, Anadoltia. What would you like to do?
Just because it's been fun. Armor of Agathis again at level 3.
Oh,
Nice.
you're sadistic. Anyway, okay. So you are now frozen in ice once more.
Though I would have said that, like, I would have used my Misty Escape and like 30 feet as far as I could towards like Mavek and Othgarurt.
Oh, okay. So you have used that as a
Well, I'm not next to Othgarurt. I'm
actually-
towards the back.
Anadoltia, you couldn't do that because you used your reaction already to shove the butterfly net.
Oh yeah, it is a reaction.
I thought that was a held action.
Wait,
Yep. Hold actions use your reaction.
Oh, I did not know that. Okay.
well no, is it your turn?
Well, now
Anadoltia?
it is your turn. Misty
Then
Escape
that
is a bonus, is a ready to action.
That resets then, because it's now.
Now it
their
does.
turn
now
again.
It is reset. Now it is reset.
Okay. All right. So.
But at the time of the attack, it did not.
Okay.
All right. So yeah. In that case, I would just have done the just armor of Agathis up, and I would just brought back out another weapon, which is keep myself defending. So, which that would be the. Okay, here he is. Yeah. I just brought out one of the 15 daggers on my person.
Take out a dagger. Torvar? The giant crayfish is dead.
You got it.
Can I reach the shark?
Yeah, you want to swim over to the shark?
I shall swim to the shark and swing at it with my sword.
Okay. You hit the shark.
You did it.
What is going on here? All right, 3 damage.
Good looking
There
at
we
you,
go.
kid.
This is where the non-proficient, -1 strength, hit with the greatsword. All right. Is there anything else you'd like to do, Torvar?
I am Torvar.
All right. Othgarurt? You're still in a bit of a blood frenzy, I think, right?
Yes. I must hunt shark. I shall
Okay.
also swim towards the shark and cleave into it.
You will hit with that, and that, and that. Damn. Good rolls all around. Holy shit, this is not going to be a shark for much longer. Oh my
It would be a puddle of blood.
19, 40, 45, 50, 58? Is that right? Yeah, alright, it's right. All right, the shark is in 2 pieces again.
Nice.
As you are wont to do to shark. And it just is like, oh, as you chop it in pieces. So in a bit of a frenzy, some might call it. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I shall let out a mildly gurgly growl of intense menacing hatred and anger.
That's mellow as fuck.
It's super metal. Oh, it was only 48.
I mean, mellow as
That's
frick.
still-
Mellow as frick. Gotta keep it PG-13. PG-13. Come on, Mavek. Yeah.
As long as we keep it not too excessive, it's fine. So Othgarurt, as you let out this bellowing, menacing scream, Anadoltia, your butterfly net wears off. You feel that concentration break, and the eel kind of squirms for a second, and then just kind of stops, and vomits up some gray plankton, but they're dead gray plankton. When they were returned to 0 hit points, returned to their other form, they were still at 0 hit points. And yeah, they're dead. The eels both kind of snap a little bit and seem no longer under the plankton's thrall. And I mean, they look like they're trying to flee. Mavek, you can make an attack if you'd like. It's your turn, Mavek.
Wait,
The eels seem to just be normal
question.
monsters.
Come on, make my day.
Question:
Make
does
the
it still
attack,
have my
eel.
butterfly net in its mouth?
No, I just vomited it up.
Okay, I want to make sure.
That would be really rude. Go ahead and give me your attack, Mavek. Oh, you hit it. I mean, go ahead and give me your damage. You swing your power metal axe.
14.
Oh, man. All right, you actually finish off that eel. As it goes to try and oh, it's got 1 hit. Mavek, roll me a d20. We're gonna roll for gusto. If you get above a 10, you're gonna succeed. It's gonna let you just kill it.
D20?
Yeah, I'm just gonna give it to you if you get above a 20. I mean above a 10.
God damn it.
Oh, no.
It
All right,
regained
so
10
you
hit points.
barely don't kill it, and it goes to swim away.
I'm taunting
both
it.
eels
Come on, make my
actually, you can
day.
take an attack of opportunity if you want, Mavek. Anadoltia, you also could, but it looks just like a normal creature trying to escape. It's scared.
7 to the quiet is good.
No, it's not. All right, the eels run away. When the plankton died, the algae stopped appearing. And after a few moments, it appears as though all of the algae is gone, at least in this cave area. It has just stopped forming and is just blowing away in the ocean's currents.
So is the hunter shark dead as well?
Yeah, Othgarurt chopped it into 3 pieces.
Okay.
Yes, victory belongs to me, Torvar the Confident. Oh God, my word.
Bioshi, your concentration ends.
Oh, it's you!
The
It's
legs-
you! I remember you.
Wait, did you say there was 2 eels?
Yeah, they ran away. They both fled.
I nearly
Okay,
killed
yeah,
one
they're
of them, but not nearly. Nearly. It's a
Without the
little.
plankton to control them, they're just normal. They're just normal creatures, and they don't want to die.
All right. I just want to make sure it was like 2 of them. So, but yeah.
If I could set fire to an underwater cave, I would, but underwater. So
So yeah,
Alright.
you
Speaking
guys.
of bloodthirsty rage and running away eels, Othgarurt will chase them.
Well, they like go back into their little holes in the sides of the.
Darn.
Yeah, they're really. I mean, you could crawl in after them, but it'd
How
be
big is
really
the hole?
dangerous. You'd probably get stuck and then slowly die.
how big is the hole? Like how deep
Probably
is it?
About 2 feet across in diameter, and it just goes into darkness.
I'm going to cast Shatter down the hole.
All right, you
That-
finish off your eel. You kill him.
I did it!
One eel is defeated. Yeah. So, Bioshi, you're now here. You were totally not here before it was Torvar, but now you're
Where? Where'd the
So it ends up if you like give yourself a bunch of muscles, you're not actually strong. It doesn't really help too much.
Yeah. You did pretty good. For Hey, you did pretty good. Don't count yourself out.
Well, I am not completely useless.
But yeah, as you leave this cave, you come out to find that most of the algae has already been dispersed. It seems like it was only the constant creation of it by the evil plankton that was causing the menace. And
That makes one sad whale.
The city of Tritanic ahead of you is bustling and alive as well. You see
Except that one guy. He's still
except
dead.
That one dude who's still dead. You see the large basking shark swimming off into the distance after the algae, and your adventure comes to an end. Bartholomew is able to get the pearls he needs, and you are all awarded your 200 Bartholomew bucks and 1 point of experience. So
Da 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 da. I don't know how to play
Good job,
guitar.
guys.